Let me create a resource group for the Windows machine. Create and Windows resource. Okay, I create a data resource name here. I am not able to give the name Windows resource because it is a part of a trademark. Okay, so I'm giving a data resource here. Next tags. In data resource, I am only going to create Windows resources over here. Okay.
Actually, in general, while real time, we will give this as a data source only, right? Data source or data resource.
Yes. You can set as per your choice. I'm giving just a name. You
Yes.
can give the HR team. You can give the IT team.
Okay.
Like resource group, I'm using it for the IT team. You can remember it for any. It is just only a name. Okay. It is just only a name. IT team is created. In IT team, I'm going to create a Windows machine over here. Yeah, Windows Server 2019. Set the username. Next disk and next networking. Next management. Next advanced. Next tags. Review and create. So, Sandeep, we have multiple way to install the software into the machine. We have multiple ways. You can use the PowerShell script. You can use the through your on-premises PowerShell script, or you can also do with that the run command. Run command. We also see in the previous session how to use run command. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah, got it.
For this machine, we are going to use a custom script. Okay, so let's see
Okay.
what is custom script. The custom script extension downloads and execute script on Azure VM. First, the machine created. Once the machine is created, let's see what is custom script extension and how it is works. Deployment is still in process. Okay, so let's understand the custom script extension into the paint, how it is works. Okay, Sandeep, you have a machine into the Linux, into the Azure cloud. Okay, you have a machine and you are user air, and this is the Azure cloud. How the custom script works. This is your Windows machine and you. Okay, so Sandeep, you want to install something on that machine. Okay, the first way is you connect with the RDP and then install with the GUI based, means the graphical interface. Okay, first method is that you have you can connect with the RDP and then install these things. Okay, another way is you can use the run command over here. We also see both the things. Got it?
Yes, yes.
We also see the both the things in our previous sessions. Okay, now we are going to use a custom script. Custom script means you write a script on your laptop. You have to write your script on your laptop here in the notepad file. Okay, and you execute this file. You execute this text file to your cloud. Then it will done your installation. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Got it? You have to write your custom extension file and saved this file with the extension name is .ps1. .ps1 is extension of custom script extension. So you need to save your file with the file name .ps1. Then you need to upload this file to Azure storage, and then it will automatically execute on the Windows machine.
Okay. PS1 stands for.
PS1 is a custom script extension. It is a custom extension. Like we have for the MP4 file, like .mp4, MP3 files, .mp3. PS1 is a custom script extension. Got it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, deployment is complete. Let's go to the resource. This is our Windows machine. So let's make a script over here in my notepad. I'm going to open it, and I have two way to install the things. First way is connect with the RDP. Yeah, so you have multiple way to install the things into the Azure cloud with Windows machine. First way is if you have RDP, then you can do it here like that. You can connect with that machine and done with the server manager or the window Google Chrome or with any browser. If you want to install the XAMPP server or the IIS server over here, so you can install it with the GUI. Okay, you can install with these things. like add a role or feature. You can add role or feature with the GUI version, but if you don't have RDP access, if you have only access with the Azure cloud, if you have only access with the Azure clouds, then how can you do that? So we have a way to install these things. Like I want to create a internet server over here, internet informatics server here. So I'm going to use a custom script extension. First, we need to write a script over here. Let's disconnect this and okay, let's say write a file for us. It is same as your PowerShell. You can install same as the PowerShell. You can run also the PowerShell command over here. So the file is, I'm right here, install. I want to install Windows feature name web server web-server -include management tools. So this is the command to install a web server on the machine. Okay, I'm going to save this file with the PS1 extension, like save as my first extend.ps1. Okay, I saved this file. My file is saved and let's close it. In the virtual machine, you will see the custom script extension. Go to the setting into the VM. Extensions, and in extensions you will see add extension and install extension, custom script extension. Okay, so click on that and next. So whenever we create a custom script extension, then it's required a file, it's required a blob storage. Blob storage is a object storage of a Microsoft account. It is like a S3 bucket in AWS. So you need to create a storage account for that. Then you can only able to execute this file. You need to upload this file into the Azure storage account. Then you are only able to execute that file. So let me browse it once. If you don't have the storage account, you need to create it over here. Let me create the storage account here. I'm going to create my storage and all the things are same. Storage account is created, sorry, already taken. Okay, and we will see these things into the upcoming session when we study the storage, Azure storage or the Azure Blob storage. Deployment is in process. Please wait it for the validation and creating. It's taken some time for the first time to create a storage account. Yeah, deployment is success. Now select the account and we need to create a container over here. Container is like a folder. So we are going to create it here like for my VM scripts. I can store my all script over here in this container, and once the container is created, then we need to upload our files over here. So let me upload the file. Click on browse that and upload that file. You can see my script is there. My first extension. You can see this is the file which I have created in earlier. So let's open this and upload. Now you need to select the extension file and select this, select here, and if you want to give the argument over here, you can give, but right now no need to give any. And next, review and create. Validation is passed. Now create. First, let's check with the RDP if I have available or not. So as you can see right now, I don't have any internet informatics service here. So I'm going to install through the custom script extension. You can see right now I don't have any features or roles over here. I want to install with the custom script extension. Let me minimize it and complete this install an extension. Click create. It is initializing. You can see submitting the deployment. It will take 3 to 5 minutes for you to deployment the script on the machine. Deploy the script onto the machine. You can see resources, VM Windows and custom script extension. Type, these are the types. Status is created. Operation details, you can see the operation detail over here. Running and duration 12 seconds. All the things. Deployment ID. These are the things useful for the logs whenever you want to recovery that who is running the script and who is requested for that, then it will helpful for you. So deployment is still in process. Once the deployment is succeed, you can see your internet information service feature is added to the particular machine. It is useful for the post deployment configuration. This extension is useful for post deployment configuration, software installation, or you want to configure anything or related to the management task. It is useful for the also for the recovery purposes. Make sure the script saved in the .ps1 extension. and you need to upload this script to the Azure storage account. Then file will be automatically executed through the internet, over the internet. So once the deployment is completed, Sandeep, do you have any query?
For now, it's clear, Akshay. Once after we practice this, I'll let you know anything.
Okay, okay. So deployment is completed. Let's go to the resources. Next step, go to the resources, and you can see, click refresh. Okay, the extension is created for us, and let's check with the, let's cross check with the RDP tool. You can see IIS is there. Okay, IIS is there. It is not installed previously, but right now it is installed through the custom script extension. Got it?
Got it.
Yes. Uh, I add a features and role internet information service through the custom script extension. If I want to,
Small thing.
yes,
No, you have given web services in script, right? It
yes,
has taken IAS. Okay, this fine, but there is a difference in name, right? IAS is maybe technically both are same, but there is a difference in name. So how to get that names actually?
uh, let, let, can you repeat it?
No,
But
actually, in script you have given like web services, right? Web
yes,
server.
yeah,
But actual service in Windows it's IAS. So
IIS.
that name from where you got actually? Is there any name for IAS? We have to give web service. For ADDS, there is some other service name
Yes.
to create the
So
name.
in the script for the print service, we need to attach a print server here. For the web server is called IIS server. So I'm not use the IIS server in the script. I use web server instead of IIS.
No, that is what for IAS you have given name as web server.
Yes.
That name from where you have taken that is my question.
Yeah, you can see these things into my script. Let me go back to the script. So here you can see I have mentioned the name. You can see my first extension. These are the thing. Open with the notepad. Open with notepad. You can see I gave the name web server. Got it?
You got it, but for IAS you have given this. For other service there will be some other name, right? These names how they are defined actually from where we are defining
So
this.
you can search the name into the Google. Like if I want to install a print server over, then I have to write Windows feature hyphen. If I want to install a print server over here, then I have to write like that.
Okay, include management tools means which we are getting by default by Microsoft, right?
Yes,
Okay.
this is the service name.
Along with it,
This is the service name which you want to install on that server, and include
okay,
management tools means it is a by default service for the Microsoft web servers.
okay.
Okay.
In case in a case like where the tool won't be available within the server and it is not a Microsoft product, in that case, how we have to install?
Microsoft and Windows both are the same. If
No, same correct
Microsoft,
only, but
yes,
see, we have some features in this add or remove roles. We have these all features: print server and DNS, DHCP, and
yes.
ADDS, and all we have. But in case some tools we have to download from internet and install, right? In that case, how can we write script and how we have to deploy that into the
So
machine?
you can use the another tools like install the things, and if you have customs like custom tools, you can use the browser over here, but it is not possible from the custom script extension. We can only do the we are only able to do with the post deployment configuration over here through the custom script extension. We are not able to do the install the third party tools.
Okay, in custom script we can only use inbuilt tools. Okay.
Yeah, inbuilt tools, and also management task related to the root task or the configuration task.
Okay, fine. Actually, in Windows VM,
Yes,
we are installing through we are installing the default Microsoft options or default Microsoft services through custom script. How about
yes.
in Linux?
How about in Linux? We can directly execute with the SSH. Okay, if I want to install a web server over here, then yum install update. We can directly run the command on the server. We can directly run these commands into the on the server, like yum install Apache HTTPD, like that. We can also use the run command over here, and we can also use the PowerShell script. Like I have right now Cloud Shell. Where is my Cloud Shell? Features, and for the my Linux VM, connect with that and SSH. You can directly go through with the bash station. Create subnet. For the Linux machine, you have some limited option over there, but Microsoft Azure is good for the Windows. Red Hat customer portal. Let me check once again. Yeah, you can also do the same thing with the extensions like here. You can also do the same thing with the PS1 file. If you want to install web server over here, then you need to create an extension over here and save this file as a PS1. So let me uh, do that on the, let me try on the Windows Linux machine. So open it.
Actually, I couldn't see your screen. Actually,
Yes, okay. Let me share it once. Yeah, is it now? Now it is sharing.
yeah. Now it is fine.
Okay, you can do the same thing with your Linux machine. Like you need to add an extension over here, and save the command with that, like notepad. Into the notepad, you need to save your commands like sudo su and enter yum install. I'm write a script over here. You can execute with that. Save as Linux.
So whatever the commands we are executing in the SSH putty session, same thing we need to give in the PS1.
Yes, yes. You can give the same thing into the this.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Validation is passed and click on the create. Initializing deployment. It is created and deployment is in process. Let's make it complete once again.
Ajay, from many days I am having a doubt. What is that last plus found folder? I have
But
seen in every Linux machine.
in Linux, lost plus found machine. This is lost plus found folder. This is the
Yes.
by default folder in the Linux machine in every folder, and it is also a hidden folder. You can
Oh,
find it everywhere. If you lost anything, you can find it over here, but not confirmed.
okay.
Okay, I will talk this later once I
Okay.
need to research on that lost plus found.
Okay.
What is okay?
Just casual doubt.
No issue. Okay, so deployment is completed. Let's go to the resources. Then you can see, refresh it, and let's check on the machine. The services is running or not. Yum state system CTL status. System CTL is used for the check the services. System CTL status HTTPD. Sorry, HTTPD. So you can see the service server is running. Okay, active and running, and it is uh, installed by the custom script. You can see the public IP over at your browser. You can let's go to the machine and open the public IP over here. My Linux first VM. Yes, copy this IP and hit on the browser. You will see your default home page. If you are not able to see, then we need to open a security group on that machine. Open a security group port number on it. So let's go to the first VM and go to the networking. And in networking, we need to open a port for it. Yes, we need to allow a port 80. 80 port works on the HTTP, like HTTP, where it is, add. Now port is going to add. Now you are able to see your home page, website pages. Let's check, refresh this, and Hit this IP on your browser. Port is successfully added with 80 any, and also once again refresh this, start the services over here, systemctl, restart the service. Services restarted. Now you are able to see your home page like that. Open it on your end. Sandeep, please open this IP at on your end. So you are able to see the screen, able to see the home page or not. Yes, I am able to see my home page right now. Hello.
Yeah, Red Hat web server.
Yeah, Red
yes,
Hat
sir.
web server. If I want to edit this, like I want to edit like this in my class. So we need to go by default directory is, sorry. Let me write some configuration.
Yum we can install from anywhere.
Yes.
Okay, but it should be with root.
No, I am already on the root.
Yeah, but only root can install Yum, right?
Yes, only root can install it, or if you have permissions, then you can install it. Now you are able to see your this page. Sandeep, please refresh your page, web page. So you can see, hello, Sandeep, this side Akshay from cloudakshay.com. Hello.
Yeah, fine.
Fine, it's work on
Yeah,
your end or
actually,
not?
yeah, able to see actually.
Yes. Okay. So these are the topics related to the Linux for creating a web server, deleting a web server. We will also cover in this session. Okay. Now it is clear for you how custom script extension works for you or not.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any query or questions?
Clear for now, sir. We will practice this session which we discussed today, and we'll come to know if any comes.